Hello. Well, this, is a giant sized terminal. Yeah, this is a picture of of my system now. I've gone back to Linux Mint 21.2 Victoria, right? I'm using the 6.5.035 generic kernel, all right, because I've got modern hardware on here. So I need it. I need that kernel because it supports everything in there rather than just using the 5.15 or whatever their other one is. Okay, and uptime on that was, I was up at 35 seconds. And as you can see, 787 megabyte out of 32 gig of RAMage, right? Okay, now then, gonna flip on over. Fair enough. This next picture, okay, I haven't got the same amount of packages, okay, on 21.2 than what I have on 21.3, but it was fully installed. But every day my RAM would just keep on climbing. Oh, this was sitting at idle for 3 minutes, all right, before opening up the terminal. Okay, look at that, 1147 megabyte. Yeah, that's after boot. All right, but it's not doing anything. All I done was open up a terminal. That's all I done. This is in 21.3, Golden Virginia. Right, same kernel, not the same amount of apps. I had quite a few apps on there. I even had Wine installed as well, but that's not running in the background. That's completely closed off. Everything is. I got rid of all the startup applications, like that weird one. What was it? Bluetooth and all that. Got rid of all of them that I don't need, don't use, and still memory is just climbing up and up and up and up, and I could not understand as to why. Now then, I'll just come off of here. I have got in VirtualBox now, because I've come back to 21.2. It's not VirtualBox as such, it's VMware, but hey ho, alright. I have in VMware, alright, I've got it here. So let's just open this up. I just do that, we'll finish. I'll password in, it keeps on coming up with this. I don't know why. Okay, let's just click on there and power on. I've given it 8 gig of RAM, okay? 8 gig of RAMage. I've given it the same specs as in I've just upgraded the kernel, okay? Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this, well, it's not booting up now. Why aren't you oh, here we go. Okay, so a little bit slow on the uptake. Is this, alright? Now I've only got it in half screen at the moment because I'm going to bring some stuff on over. I just popped my password in. Oh, damn it, I haven't grabbed the thing. There we are, we're in now. Yep. Well, should have been in there. What's going on? No, I don't want it seeing my password, thank you. Right, hang on. What on earth is going on? Let's restart that, okay? Let's just restart it and see what happens. I'm now in there, aren't I? Oh, God, what is taking it so long? Is it because I'm using the same drive, maybe? I really don't think so. I don't think it is that. It's because I'm recording a video. Everything seems to go wrong when you're recording a video, it seems. Right, we're in now. So it's not very speedy. Not very speedy at all. It should come up with it. There we are. Yeah, I don't know why it's opening up that. There is no reason for it to open up that. Install the language packs. Install GIMP. I'm going to install all of the apps that I had in 21.3, apart from, of course, VMware. I'm not going to bother with that. But everything else I will install. I've got GIMP already installed. Of course, this is why it's asking for the language packs for it. Let's see what we can do. Off it goes. Good. Rather nippy, this. Got to bring some stuff on over. Stuff for me to install. I'm going to install Brave as well and have all of my settings on there, as I did on my real hardware. Okay, so I've only given this 8 gig of RAM. Now, as it stands at the moment, okay, without all of what I do to the operating system, all right, without all of my tinkering about with the taskbar plugin, all right, and all of these up here, I've got Xfce panel profiles. I highly recommend, if you're using Xfce, and I highly recommend you save your panel stuff, because it's so much easier than backing up. Really is, because all of your apps will be there. All of these apps I didn't have to reinstall. They're already inside of the panel thingy, and they already open. They already open as soon as I installed this. I'm also going to upgrade this to because at the moment we're using the 418.2 on here. The same, because it's the same base as 21.2, because that's what they modelled it off of when they made 21.3. Okay, now watch this. When I put in NeoFetch, all right, put this in, there we are, 798 megabyte. That is really low, all right, out of 8 gig. That's really low at the moment. Has it got something to do, I wonder, with me DocLite plugin? It didn't like it or something. Maybe that's what the problem was. Should I put the PPA in, or should I just install it via the deb file that I've got? What would be the difference between the two when they're both deb files anyway? There wouldn't be any difference at all. But as you can see, 798 megabyte. So that is rather low. But I wasn't getting that after I had tinkered around doing what I do in Xfce. I make it my own. I don't run it the same as what the devs want you to run it as. All right, I like to make Linux my own and my own personal way, right? So that everything is at my fingertips and I can just open stuff up just like that. And I really do like this DocLite taskbar that I've got down here. I'll just bring this down a minute. You know, I really do like it because I've got a majority of my apps. Now, I instead of using the actual app itself of Spotify, I use a web link instead. So I actually do install Spotify client, but I just went on into Edit Launcher and got it opening up with Brave. And because you now log in online, of course, it's so much better. Because I was finding through using their app that a majority of the albums that I've saved, they're saying, oh, cannot play this at the moment. If you've got it locally, if you've got a copy of it locally, play it from there. What? Yeah, I couldn't believe it. So I thought, no, I'll tell you what I do. I'll change that so that I'm actually going to the web there of Spotify. Doesn't look that good, but it's nice and big for me. I can read everything because I've got it slightly zoomed in a bit so that I can see what the hell's going on, what albums I'm looking at and what have you. I've got quite a bit there that I listen to. It's still good, but I rather just go online with it, just use it as an online app rather than having the actual application installed, because it don't bloody work. Doesn't work properly for most albums. It keeps losing them. So I got fed up with it. Anyway, back to this. Okay, so I like my DocLite taskbar. Up here, I've got these apps as well. These are online apps too. It's fast, and I've got Mr. Ballin Studios, which I listen to as well on Amazon. All right, I do my Amazon shopping as well. I go shopping. Just saves having to save shortcuts online. Do you know what I mean? In your actual browser, which can slow your experience down on there. Whereas having a shortcut just on your panel up here, and of course they all hide away. There's me time and that. Got rid of the horrible microphone that's up there as well. I think I've shown you this before. I can't remember, but yeah, it's just in your GTK file, GTK3 file, which is in your .config. I leave it to the side now, isn't it? With YouTube, everything's to the side now, not below. Have you noticed that? It's all changed, or is it just me? It's all changed. It's all gone to the side now. When instead of saying below in the comments down below, it's to the side, to the right, as you're looking at your screen now. Yeah, strange. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'll be back after I have sorted this out, all right, and got it to how I've got this now, all right. So I'm gonna have all my backgrounds, okay, that I made up. All right, all of these, I just, one of them, nice blue, and a horrible yellow. I don't like green, so that's why I went for that horrible yellow. It's nearly green, if you like. It's got a bit of hint of green inside it, luminous yellow. Yes, used to have your socks like that, actually. And they did. I didn't need a torch in the dark. They just lit on up. I grew up in the 80s, punk days, you know, with luminous sock. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And orange ones as well, lad. Where are we? Orange ones like that. Oh, yes. Those were the days. Anyway, yeah, I'll be back in a bit after I have sorted out inside of my VMware machine, and I'll bring everything on over and get everything installed, and then we'll see if my RAM-age actually goes up. This is just a test, you see, because at the moment in VMware, the RAM is pretty low, so it's rather weird. So yeah, I shall see you in a bit. Yes, indeed. Now then, I've sped this video up just slightly, but what we're going to do here, I'm going to show you exactly what I do. First of all, I'm opening this up as root. Then I'm going to put my themes on in. Now, of course, this is in VMware, so bear with me. Okay, this is, they've just gone free, and they've open sourced their pro version, and that's what this is. So you have to bear with me. I think there's still some bugs to iron out on this, I'm not sure. Anyway, so what I'm doing here, I'm just bringing my themes on over. This is what I always do. I've extracted them. I'm just going to delete them now. This video would take about half an hour, alright, for everything that I do. Now, originally this was 51 minutes. Now, what I am doing here is getting rid of all of the Mint themes. Now, you can't just go on in and uninstall them, because otherwise all other dependencies will be gone as well, and you'll break your system. So the best way is to just delete them. These are all the other themes. I just don't use them, so what's the point of me having them on my system? Wasting resources. So I thought, well, yeah, let's just get rid of them. This is what I do every single time, and there's 66 of these bloody things altogether. So I just delete them. Just delete them just like that. The next thing that we're going to do is get the icon theme on in, which is Sardi Ghost Flexible. It took me ages to find a decent bloody icon theme for this. Took me ages. I hate multicolored icons now, you know. I just do. I just don't like them. I'm of that age now where I just, you know, I just want stuff to be simple. I also get rid of all of the Mint icon themes as well, because I just cannot be bothered having them on there. Also get rid of those horrible cursors as well that they got, especially that bloody triangle one. What the hell is that about? Don't need all this fancy rubbish. A cursor is a cursor, for God's sake. You just point and click. That's all it is. Why have all the, you know, it's a bit like RGB on a new build or whatever. What the hell is that about? I really don't understand why you need multicolour system, because on a, you know, showing off your build and whatever, I really do not understand that. It actually slows down your boot time having all of that nasty lighting on your system. Anyway, so now we've gotten rid of them, and as you can see, it's gone to a GNOME type theme. I think it went to add water light or something. We will eventually be getting rid of Numix and also Yaru icon themes as well, but we'll have to do that. I think I'll do that in Synaptic. This is a Matua. This is from Manjaro, and this is a theme for Z text editor. I just like this particular theme, so I thought, oh yeah, I'll add it on in here. So just extract it there into GTK source view and styles. Because Z is based, of course, on Gedit, it's just a smaller version of it, but it's got so much more to offer as well, and I do like it. Next up is me deleting themes and whatever else. Fonts are next. I would have put every single font on in, because there's fonts that I use in GIMP as well. But I thought, no, just to save on room and time, let's just add these. Now, these are into true type because they're true type fonts. Don't get them mixed up. Still work on that if you do put them in another folder, but best to have them all in order. I think so anyway. So next up, I think we're going into we're going to add my backgrounds. Now, I showed you my backgrounds a little bit earlier on in the last part of this video, this humongous video. I'm sorry it's so long. It's just that I need to clarify exactly what I do, and still you'll see during this that the RAM still goes on up. Suddenly it just goes up through the roof when I haven't even got hardly anything open apart from a terminal. It just goes up through the roof. It uses over 1,000 something odd. So I'm thinking, well, maybe because I tuned this up the same as what I do on real hardware, I have a swap partition. So I'm wondering, so after this video I will be switching off the swap partition by going on into gparted and switch it off in there, and we'll see what happens. If of course it fixes it, fantastic. Wouldn't have had to go through all of this in the first place, but you know, it's trial and error. Got to think of these things. There's one thing I didn't do. Now this is my logo going on in here, and that's Mint logo. I just got the original Mint logo, popped it into GIMP and just made it different, you know, because they're always facing the front, aren't they? So I just made it just a bit different. So made it laid it back a bit, just deleted that folder. Here we got Xfce Docklight plugin. It's been upgraded to the 0.4.2 now. I don't know what I'm doing now. I think I'm thinking about something and the old cogs are going around. Don't worry, we're still alive. I could have went to all quiet then, actually, couldn't I? Never mind. Yeah, so we're going to install the Docklight plugin. Now I don't have to add that as of yet, as I will show you a little bit later. We also get G-coloring. Now this is a later version of what they've got on here, and this is actually the Debian version, the Debian 12, or might have been further back than that. I think it was actually. I think it was like 3 years ago that particular version. So it just goes to show how far behind Ubuntu actually is. This is my Brave folder, and it goes into .config, gets added on into there. This has got all my settings and everything that I need on here, so we just extract it there, which is fantastic. We'll be getting Brave in a minute, I believe. Also go back on in there and get Mozilla settings as well, because that's got all my settings in that I use on there. I use 2 browsers. I still use Firefox for doing mostly banking on, yeah, just transferring money on over and all that sort of thing, keeping an eye on what's going out and what's coming in, that sort of thing. This is go into Linux notes, don't we? Yeah, I've just deleted that. Yeah, these are alias commands that I made ages ago, terminal commands. So I open with a text editor and I just copy and paste all of that into me bash RC. And you can do the same. It's quite easy to do. It just saves on having to put sudo in all the time. So with the aliases, it's embedded inside that actual command, and that's what that basically is. It tells it certain letters or certain form of letters that you put on in. Right, we're just getting Brave in browser in. It then tells it what command to have. Yeah, I mean a G is for installing. That's basically what I do. Sudo? What am I doing? What? Here I'm removing something or other. I'm removing Thunar. Get rid of it. Yeah, no need for it to be on here anymore, so get rid of it, because I have Nemo installed instead, and later on I do make Nemo default and able to be able to open from inside Nemo, open up a certain folder inside terminal. Yeah, when you right click and what have you, I do that a little bit later, and I also set it up as default. Here we're getting Brave installed now, Brave browser, and we just update. Yeah, I just wanted to get rid of that just in case. We go up D, which is update, and then we get Brave browser. For some odd reason I pushed F. Brave browser, there we go, and off it goes. It takes a little while to come on down. 3, 2, 1, boink, and it's in there nearly. Come on, that's it. There we go. Now having this set up like this, it just saves me an awful lot of time. You also have to remove the GNOME keyring, because you know what Brave's like. They just want you to put a bloody password in all the time, every time you open it. I don't understand as to why. So I always get rid of Brave keyring and reboot. Now, it takes a while to reboot here. I do apologise. We're left with a blank screen for quite a while. I don't know what is going on. It might be the swap file that I added that might be halting it. I really do not know. Just takes a while to do. But then again, you see this is new. They've released the pro version of VMware to the public now for free. So it could be that there's no problems in there at all. Yeah, that's another thing as well. That thing keeps on coming on up, and I don't know why. There we go. Thunar is now gone, so I can remove that. And I'll just add Nemo to that panel. Just saves me having to keep on going on into the menu all the time in order to open it. Next up, cannot remember. Hang on, let's go back into documents. Right, yeah. What I do here is open up panel profiles because I've got to create a file that's in the .local, and the only way you're going to do that is by opening the actual app. And there it is, Xfce panel profiles. So we go on in there, paste that particular settings that I've got, my panel profile settings on in there. What are we doing next then? Properties. Oh, we're doing that. Oh, we're just making this look better, basically. What I have this at normal, so it's normal size. I know the other side is small, and yeah, that looks a bit better, I guess. Appearance, yeah, not too bothered about that. Yeah, just keep it as that. Don't put that in the first one because it don't look right. It looks stupid. That's it. Keep it like that. There we go. Got confused for a minute because when we do upgrade to Xfce 4.18.4, there's a difference with the whisker menu, and whisker menu gets upgraded as well. There we go, and remove them. I don't know, it's little things that just annoy you, or annoy me anyway. So now, of course, what do we need? What are you up to now? Going into applications, keep on doing this. Go to settings. I think, yeah, we're going to change the theme of our cursor. DMZ black, it's just good enough. And I just raise it up a little bit. My eyesight isn't like it used to be. I alter the login window as well while I'm here. I still keep it on the left alignment, and I just add my mint grey brush background. Turn the theme into my Orcus, icon into Sardi, DMZ black, and we just bring that up to 41 so that it's the same size as what's on the desktop when you're in the login screen, so it doesn't look odd. Session startup, I'll remove a lot of things. Blumen for one, mint welcome, that can go, be switched off. Screen locker, that can go. Sticky notes, of course I'm in a virtual machine, so I don't need NVIDIA support. Don't need system reports, keep on coming up all the time. User agent I still need. Warpinator, sticky notes, and that I do get rid of from starting up. So if we go into a terminal now, no, we're not going to terminal, we're going to all applications. No, we're going to properties again. No, we're going here. Okay. Yeah, what I'm going to do is bring this on up to the top. Just saves mucking around, scrolling on down through the menu, trying to find system. We're going into Synaptic. Looks like we're going to be getting rid and installing something. What was it? Spotify client? No, it's the light locker. Light locker, yeah, get rid of that. We don't really need it. I certainly don't use it. No need for it. So I'll get rid of that. And while I'm in here, I get rid of Yaru and also Numix as well. And Compiz, yeah, I'll get rid of Compiz. I don't need it. I don't use it. What's the point in having it? If you don't use something, get rid of. That's, you know, great thing about Linux. Make it your bloody own. What's the point in having it what the devs want you to have? Well, we go to Yaru now. Just scroll down a bit. We get rid of the icon theme, or the theme icon as they call it. I could have done it in the terminal, but as I was in Synaptic anyway. Numix, get rid of that. It also gets rid of the circle theme as well, which is fantastic. Because it's that interrupts with the decoration of your window. I prefer to have arrows rather than more than less than arrows all the time. Here we are, and we're back to arrows now. Fantastic. Looks like we're going to Window Manager Tweaks. Just take these shadows and that off. It's just using way too many resources. It may not seem like it, but those shadows do actually use quite a bit of your memory up, especially if you're on a low system as well. Now remember, I've only given this 8 gig of RAM here in VMware, so you know you've got to right, defunct. Yeah, that's that one. Yeah, I prefer that so that I can see what the hell I've got open. I should know by heart what I've got open, but I don't. Now we go to keyboard. This is bloody weird. I've got to push the clear button twice here in Linux Mint. In Xfce version of Linux Mint, it's always been the same. You've got to push that twice in order to clear it before you can edit it and put your own shortcut in. I've never ever understood that. Never ever. Twice. You just got to keep pushing that. 1, 2. What the hell's going on? they must have another form or something there. Another script somewhere along the line. Now I've put 5 in there. I have to add another workspace a little bit later. And we'll have that to the left, and we'll clear that, and to the right, alt and right. That's what I have basically. They're the only shortcuts really that I add. I don't add anything else. I'm not a keyboard player really with shortcuts and what have you. I prefer to have a window manager as what I'm used to. I'm used to a mouse, a menu, same as any other bloody computer, you know. What are we doing now? Looks like we're going to be upgrading to Xfce 4 now. So open with text editor, and we're just going to copy that. But there is something else that I'm going to do in the terminal. Have a look at that, 1,339 megabyte. And that's with hardly anything open. That's just with Nemo open. And that's like, why has that suddenly gone up? It doesn't make sense to me. But like I say, I'm going to try out and see if getting rid of the swap file will do it. So we're just going to upgrade now to the 418.4. Shouldn't take that long. It doesn't take that long actually. It just goes whoosh and it's down and it's in. We have to reboot, of course. What else am I doing then? No, I'm not. Go on, close it and then reboot again. What are you doing? 1,232 megabyte now. Hello, what are we installing now? Oh, Spotify client. Thinking that this was the last thing to install. I didn't install all the apps that I use because I only gave this 100 gig space, so I didn't install everything. I thought, well, I'll get Spotify then, get that inside there, and everything should be fine. Then, of course, we reboot now, and go on in, push it. Oh, cancelling. What are we doing now? Settings. Going to change your fonts around. Yeah, I would do too, actually. I'm not sure if it's up to 13. Yeah, it just makes everything so much bigger. And I don't have hinting on either. I always set that to none. Just me, I think. I'm just used to it being that way. So now we restart and off it goes. Again, another blank screen. Like I say, because this is new and they've just released this to the public, the pro version, as in it's free to use now. I think there's a few bugs or something. I don't know. It could be my hardware wearing out already. And here we are, the 418.4. We were the 418.2. We've now upgraded. So what am I doing now then? Going into file system, going into share applications, open as root. All I'm doing here is changing the thumbnail of terminal. Don't like that $sign. Don't know why, just doesn't seem right to me. So I put it back to how GNOME is, if you like. I prefer that. So now I'm going to be going into panel profiles. There's my setup that I done on the 24th of the 4th, and there we are. All my apps are in, apart from a few Audacity, Clip Grab, Caden Live, and there's one more there that isn't there. So I'm not sure what that is, but I just removed them anyway. It doesn't matter. And we can close that, and there's all my apps up there that are already on in, because they got saved inside panel profiles. Something else we're doing now. What are we doing? We're going to make Nemo default. I think that I go on in and change the font around to Monaco. Yeah, Monaco regular, and I'll bring it up to about 16. Yeah, and I'll change the theme as well. Instead of red, some of the writing's green. I don't mind that. GTK source view, go into there, and we pick that one out. And I just push enter and pick it on out, close it on down. Not that much of a difference. You won't notice it in here, but in your bash RC script or any scripts that you're writing on out. There we are now, 1,281. Why has it gone on up? I think there's something wrong with swap file or with the swap partition. That's what I think as to why it's going on up like that. But I'm not getting any of that here in 21.2. This is 21.3, of course, but on my main system now is 21.2, Linux Mint 21.2, and I'm not getting any of that with the RAM going on up all the time. So there's Nemo set as default, kind of. You still have to set it up inside settings. I don't know what I'm doing here. Just go to properties. No, we're not. What are we doing? Settings. Yeah, default settings. I've just got to put Nemo desktop in. Some odd reason it's gone backwards. I don't know why. So I'm going to scroll all the way down. Instead of going A to Z, it's going Z to A, around the other way. I don't quite know why. That's it. Pass marquee. Just use the scroll bar and find Nemo desktop. Nemo desktop. I can see it straight away. There we are. Use your eyes, boy. Okay. So that is now that. And we are set up-ish. Now what I'm going to do is set up backgrounds. They're taking a while to open on up. Like I say, I've speeded up this video, this part of the video. So there's our first one. I've gone on over to the next one using those keyboard shortcuts that I set up earlier on. There we are, gone on orange now. Let me set that one over. Then we go blue with this one. Blue, come on, can't you remember the colour? Blue, that's it. And we come on back down, all the way down to the bottom to workspaces, and we just add a number 5. And then we add that on over there, go straight on in, and we are now at yellow. There we are. Then we go back to the beginning again. And that's all set up. And then we open up that, and it's using 1,278 megabyte. And I really don't know why. There's hardly anything that I had open. There's nothing heavy. I've turned everything else off, so I don't know what the hell is going on. But like I say, I think it's got something to do with the swap file that it's not liking. So, yeah, I'll bring that up to 87 so that it reads it properly. But in the end, I do bring it down. I always customize. 8F is a good grey theme if you're into grey. It's a good number to start at. And I hate the colour green. I always have done. You see it every day, especially during the summer. Green grass, green trees. I certainly don't like glowy green either. So I always change the colours around. So there we go. And there's the background. Just got to change the nose on where the $sign is. There we go. Don't have the menu bar in there either. I'll close it down because it's got to refresh itself and just reopen it. 1,290 megabyte now. I really do not understand. Yeah, I'm just going to bring the side down a bit. I think I'll bring it down to 84, and that looks better. That looks a bit better. Yeah, so there you are. 1,291 it's gone up to now, and I really do not understand as to why. Okay, what I'm going to do now is install gparted, and we'll see if we can get rid of that. See, look at that. I've just booted it up, and it's already at 1,000 megabyte. What the hell's going on? Something's going on with swap, I think. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So let's go get gparted, and let's see if we can switch swap off altogether. Should be able to. I might be able to delete that partition as well and reboot and see what happens. It'll either fuck up my system, fuck it all up altogether, or it'll be alright. Who knows? Oh dear. Let's go on in system gparted, yeah, because I haven't got them in alphabetical order, and it should bring up this. Now of course I got boot EFI on. There's been a swap of 8 gig. Maybe it's too much for it, so I'm going to switch swap off, and I'm going to delete that as well. We'll apply it, close it. There's 8 gig unallocated for, but that don't matter. It's just unallocated space. Basically, it doesn't matter. Don't matter at all. Right, now obviously when I do, no, that's just keep on going on up. But let's do a reboot and see what happens now that I've switched swap off. Now that I've done that, it might be alright, it might be, it might not be. It might not be that at all. Who knows, eh? Who bloody knows? Come on. What I should have done was put my grub file on in. Maybe it can't boot now. Now that I've gotten rid of that swap file. It ain't gonna boot, is it? It ain't gonna do it. There was something else I should have done. Don't do this at home, boys and girls. Yeah, we're not getting in there now, are we? It don't wanna know. It don't wanna know. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Hang on, that could be, yeah, we got 1 minute 30 to, there's a UUID or something. So yeah, we'll just wait 1 minute 30 and we'll see what happens. Not long to go. If the minutes go up, of course, then we have got something to panic about, but I think it's journaling more than anything else. Yeah, maybe I should have updated interamps and all that sort of thing. It's to do with the UUID, so I should have updated grub maybe to what it is. 28, 29, 30. Yeah, there we go. Is it going to do it? Yay. Okay. It always finds a way. Linux always finds a way. Always fixes itself in the end. You know what I mean? No matter what you chuck at it, it might take its time to do something. It might slow down doing something if it's doing something really intensive. But it'll carry on. It won't give up. It won't put a sign up saying, sorry, I can't do that. It'll just keep going. It's not like Windows that'll gripe on out after a few minutes. Linux will keep on doing what it's doing. If say I was live streaming, playing a game, plus coding or something all at the same time, yes, the stream might buffer a bit, but Linux will keep on going. You know what I mean? And we're back in. Let's take a look. That's better. 992 megabyte. Does it go up anymore? 988. Looks like it's coming down. That is so much better. That's what it is then. It was 985. That is what it is. It's the swap file. In fact, I've gone up one there, isn't it? But can this play a major part, I wonder? Does this use up quite a lot of RAM? Having this open like this and opening up that 990, look, that's all right, it's fluctuating, but that's better, isn't it? So maybe it's not worth having a swap file after all, you know? What's the point? So yeah, that is so much better. Excellent. I think that's what the problem was. So that's really good to know. So I won't need a swap file on in there, but am I going to upgrade? Not really, no. What's the point? What's the point in upgrading to the next one up when it's exactly the same as 21.2 and it's in the same family? What's different between 21.3 and 21.2? Not a lot. There we are, we're going back down again, 981. That's fantastic. That's how it should be. It should be just like fluctuating on whatever you're doing on your desktop, moving your mouse or whatever. You know, that is fantastic. Yay, that's what it was. It was the swap file. So yeah, get rid of the swap file, everything will be tickety-boo. Fan-bloomin-tastic. Anyway, I know we went through all of that, and yeah, I was thinking that. I thought, yeah, it must be something to do with swap, and it was. Anyway, fantastic. Thank you very much for watching. I've solved it. I think that has solved it. Solved the problem. Fingers crossed. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.